How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to be talking about unlocking Red Hulk, getting a medium Red Hulk, and then maxing Red Hulk. What you're going to need to do to hit all of those. He is definitely the hardest horseman to unlock. He doesn't fit the same sort of structure as the other three, where we can get them unlocked very early, we can get them maxed out very early. He's kind of another beast because of the Avenger nodes, which is not something I was aware of, but yeah, it's a little different, this guy. I would also argue, though, he's the horseman that's going to have the longest life, being that he is the war horseman, that he has the most influential effect on Apocalypse with the speed bar gain. So he's going to be a horseman that you should really look to get quickly. He'll also help you unlock Nova, which could then help you snowball to unlock Old Man Logan. Not saying you have time to do all that right now, but I wanted to put this video out so you'd have that information at your fingertips. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so before we get into the gameplay, talk about the teams that we're going to need to build for this, let's first look at the difficulty and the Scourges we're going to need to equip to hit various rankings. So for the unlock for Red Hulk, unfortunately I can't show you exactly, but you need 500,000 to get him unlocked from the start. So we are going to do difficulty 5 with the following packs turned on. We're going to have Siphon Power turned on, we're going to have a little bit further down Unstoppable Force, we're going to have Butterfly Effect, we are going to have Rope-a-Dope, and we're going to have Stay Down. Rope-a-Dope is an extremely difficult one where you probably just don't want to have anybody putting vulnerables out there. Makes it a lot easier for you. This is going to make sure that you get the unlock and not reliant on any sort of RNG as far as not having vulnerables are up when enemies end their turn. So this is what I like to do, and then as soon as I try and push for a bigger Red Hulk, I'm going to turn this one off immediately, and I'm simply going to increase the difficulty up to difficulty 7. This is the run that I just did, the run that has my best score, the run that's going to have the gameplay that we're going to watch together. So you're going to see that that has gotten me the unlock to Red Hulk all the way up to 5 stars and 3 red stars. So that's going to be the footage you see here. And then when I eventually go to max at Red Hulk, I'm just going to increase difficulty one more, difficulty 8, with the exact same packs on for 1.35 million, which is of course the exact score that we need to max at Red Hulk. So again, those Scourges that we have on: Power Siphon, Unstoppable Force, Butterfly Effect, and then Stay Down. So that's what I do suggest you use for the 3 different levels of Red Hulk: the unlock, the medium, which is I currently have, and then the max Red Hulk. We'll have a conversation about the priority of Red Hulk after the footage, but just know that he is not like the #1 character you need to chase. Deviating to build up the characters we're about to talk about is a luxury at best, all right? So let's go ahead and let's talk about the first section, which is going to be the bio section. So the first section we're going to need to take on in the Red Hulk Scourge is going to be the bio section. This is a very easy section. We're simply going to throw our Hive Mind at it. Your Hive Mind is your current bio raid team. They will be for at least the next year. Well, maybe the next 9 to 10 months, depending how fast they decide to move through these raid teams this time around. So this is a no-brainer investment. If you're not already working on your Hive Mind characters as you get them unlocked, you absolutely need to, because when you start hitting those raid tagged raids that I believe starts at Doom 1, you need to have specific traded teams, and bio is going to be a very important one. So your bio team, and let's just talk about the levels needed. So for the unlock, you really just need these guys around level 65, gear tier 12, and they'll get it done. But again, you should probably just overkill this because it's not a high priority and to get Red Hulk unlocked or to build him up higher, and your Hive Mind is a priority. So this should just be a no-brainer section. For the medium build, what I have, like 5 yellow, 3 red, probably just need around gear tier 14 level 75, and then for the big one, honestly the exact same thing, gear tier 14 level 75. I can currently do the required bio nodes to get Red Hulk maxed with my Hive Mind team. Unfortunately, I can't do the Avenger nodes, which is going to be the pain point we're going to spend the most of the time on this video talking about. But let's get in game real quick. So this is the first node of the Red Hulk Scourge. You can see that my team was 600,000 power. They're actually bigger than what I think is the minimum to get this done, and I know it's bigger than the minimum to get this done. I got the wrong character there. So we have our full Hive Mind team, and we're gonna go in, and it's as simple as hitting auto with these guys. This team is just too good. It's too new. The stats are too fresh. They get so much energy from Gwenpool. As far as T4s go, you would want the T4 in the Carnage passive for sure, and probably the red Goblin Ultimate? No, the Red Goblin Ultimate is just damage. I think just the Carnage passive is all you really need to get through these nodes, if that is your main concern. Because the second we push one person to red, which we just did when we killed that person, we just get speed bar out the wazoo, and at this point, I'm just going to hit auto. I am definitely overbuilt on my hive mind characters for this, but if you've been following this new player guide, I hope you are as well. We started this about 100 days ago, and if you're up to date on it, getting your hive mind team is one of your biggest priorities, because they are useful in a bunch of different modes, but most importantly, in that coveted raid mode, which is definitely the most lucrative mode to focus in. So that's it for node 1, guys, and then we'll move on to node 2. I'm not going to do any sort of transition here. We'll just hit button, bam, 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 bam. Here we go. And we move on to node 2. So you notice there was no real kill priority in that last node. There'll be no kill priority in this node either. It's just not really necessary, because again, the hive mind team is just way too powerful. I'll pull in on the Shang-Chi just because he's in the center unit. Giving him ability block is cool enough, I guess. But it's mostly just to make sure we pull as many people to the center as possible. And then we'll just focus one person down. Shang-Chi is now in the red. And now we have offense up from Gwenpool, or Gwenum. And then we hit auto again. There's no real strategy to this. There's no point in watching this. Again, your team, if you're doing like the medium build, level 75, gear tier 14, this is going to be perfectly fine. If you start trying to punch up on these nodes, you'll still be fine. You'll just have to play a little bit more strategically. You would want to get rid of that Shang-Chi on this node. You would definitely want to get rid of the Kestrel and the Maria Hill up there to avoid all of her healing, though you might want to let her minions come out because that's free speed bar, right? But there's just not much strategy to talk about this node in particular. Instead, I'd like to take more time to focus on the next nodes, which are going to be the Avenger nodes. That's going to be the team section that we really need to focus on the most. All right, that leads us to the Avenger section. This is the most difficult section of the Scourge. This is going to be the make or break section. It's going to stop you from even getting the unlock, or from getting the empowered version, or from getting the maxed out Red Hulk. Sorry, the empowered version, that's poor choice of words. Getting like the middle version of Red Hulk, which is the one we're watching me get right now. Yeah, this is the stopping point. When this Scourge first came out, we had Young Avengers, Bionic Avengers to build up, and they handled the nodes really well, because these nodes were built for them. We don't want to build those guys up. Those are outdated teams. They're not used anymore. New Avengers, though kind of horrific on the node, is a war offense team. They're going to have a lot longer life, but also we need them elsewhere. We need them for the Green Goblin Classic Trial unlock. Thing is usable in the Old Man Logan Cosmic Bios. There's some overlap there. And then we also have Tigra, who we can use for the Nova unlock. I did use her to get Nova unlock. That video will be coming out shortly. Not shortly today, but shortly sometime this week for you guys to prep for next week. The good news is we have other Avengers that are signed up sort of in the same boat, particularly Captain America. Now, Captain America being the first Avenger, of course, has that tag. He's on the Out of Time team and the Rebirth team. We have to use him and the Rebirth team to get Green Goblin Classic, and we have to use him and the Out of Time team to help get the new Legendary, who hasn't even been released yet, Old Man Logan. So what you really want to do for this section is invest heavy into Captain America. He's going to be a tank. He gives you immunity. He gives you energy. He's going to do somewhat decent damage. And just for those reasons alone, we're not able to do the same sort of punching up as we can in the other sections. To get the bare minimum for the unlock here, you are looking at like level 70 gear tier 13. To get the slightly empowered version, we're going to want to mix. In the footage you're about to see, my Mockingbird is level 70, gear tier 13, but she has 7 red stars. She's a Blitz store character, so it's kind of easier to get her there. Thing is level 75. He actually has blue ISO, because I'm preparing him for the Old Man Logan. Tigra is level 74, but she's still gear tier 13. She does not have blue ISO, because she can't yet. I used her for Nova, that's why she's close to that level 75. Ronan and Coulson, they're both gear tier 13, level 70. So I'm going to use the entire team for the first Avengers node, and I'm going to show you the difference when you throw in Captain America. And another character that we really don't mind building is going to be Iron Man Infinity War, part of that Pegasus team. So the strategy for this node, quite simply, is we need to kill the right side without the Valkyrie passive proccing, and without Moondragon getting to do her special. If she does her special, it heals everybody, gives them defense up. Our team is already behind and can't fall further behind. This is pre-recorded footage because there's going to be a lot of resets, and I left the resets in so you can kind of see what we're going through. It's also sped up quite a bit. Mockingbird, you want to open up with her special, and then again, we're just kind of cycling down this right side. Coulson is good on this node because that Valkyrie has the highest damage, so it is going to target her when you do his ultimate. And you can see how this gets messy because the passive from Valkyrie did proc. That Jane got offense up, she got the safeguard, and then it was an absolute mess, right? This next attack, I think this is actually the kill attack where things go a lot better. So we get extra bleeds over on the Valkyrie, and on top of the Mockingbird, I use the on the Moondragon, I use the Mockingbird special, and then they actually die before they do anything. And the Valkyrie passive didn't proc. Look at Jane Foster and Thor. So that's why I'm able to get through with this team. If I wanted to use the new Avengers for all the Avenger nodes, the 2 nodes, I would need to overbuild this team. Again, not the worst thing in the world, just to overbuild this team so you don't have to think about it. You could overbuild this team. It would help you get the Green Goblin bigger, faster, also be good in war. Like, I think this a good stopping part for your new Avengers, level 85, gear tier 16, with some T4s on them, is going to help you get all the legendary characters and also keep them relevant in war for a long time. But as you see here, with a smaller team, I did get it done on difficulty 7. This only took me 2 resets. This could have taken me 20 resets. I think it's important because you guys see the guides and stuff, and some of you think that it's the master key, and if you just do this verbatim, you're going to instantly win. That's not the case. There's RNG in almost everything in this game, from the resists to the bleed hits to the crits, right? There's lots of things that can go wrong. There's also like speed ties that can happen between certain characters that will make a match play completely differently. So just want you guys to keep that in mind. But after the first node, I'm going to show you what I think is a much better team, and that's putting in Captain America and Iron Man Infinity War. I have these characters bigger. I think Iron Man Infinity War, he's actually level 80. He might be gear tier 15 at this point. Captain America, he is gear tier 14, level 75. I'm getting him ready for the Old Man Logan unlock. And you're going to see the absolute damage they do. But this node, a lot easier than the last node, still not free. I had a little bit of a fat finger there. You got to get rid of these Hulks. So I start by taking the Human Torch just because he's super squishy. And what I'm really trying to accomplish is drop in the next wave so that I can unleash hell with my Iron Man Infinity War. One thing that could have made this a little bit easier, if I brought Captain America in the node prior to this one, he would have been giving energy out. Tigra would have been able to have more energy ready. She maybe wouldn't have her ultimate up right away. Same with Mockingbird, she'd have more energy. Same with Thing. So what I do suggest is take out Ronan from the start and use Captain America with the 4-piece New Avengers for that first node. And even if you want to take out the Coulson for Iron Man Infinity War, that's fine too. If you want to use this 5-person team and just invest heavy into this, I think that's acceptable. You will eventually have to go do Ronan and Coulson for Green Goblin Classic though. But anyway, I think this is going to be another reset. I think we start falling off here. We definitely do, because there's still 3 minutes left of this super sped up clip. And yeah, so guys, this is the the unfortunate truth of the Red Hulk Scourge, is that we're going to need to invest in these new Avenger characters a lot higher than we would want. The rest of the traits, they make a lot of sense. They're all legendary, other legendary characters, from the villain sections to raid characters when it comes to skill and bio. It's just this Avengers section that hurts a lot. The introduction of the Old Man Logan requirements actually makes it a little bit better. I feel a lot more at ease about suggesting, hey, bring your Captain America up as high as you possibly can for stuff like this. It'll make it that much easier. This is going to be another loss. Let me just sort of fast forward to the victory one. Here we go. This is probably the victory one here. So what we end up doing, we go in with the exact same team, same sort of mindset. We start by taking out that Human Torch. We take out all the squishy members first. Iron Man Infinity War unfortunately got stunned there. See that Captain America, the value that he brings to is just immense. He gets the immunity, gets the defense up, the deflex, everything he's doing is absolutely huge here. I throw that Tiger ultimate. Got a lot of damage on those squishy units. The Death Pool and the Morbius. Death Pool is definitely a very important kill target here, because every sort of Shield Assaulter that you bring out is going to get her passive procs. We want her dead as fast as possible. We'd love that She-Hulk to go down next. On this node, it can get very annoying because the Electro is going to give you offense down, as is the Scream, and every time somebody dies, that Scream is going to go ahead and give herself speed up. But as you see here, I drop the wave in, and then I use the Iron Man Infinity War Ultimate. I put the blind on Electro. It does immense damage. It really sets me up to get the win here. My overbuilt thing, my Gear Tier 14 level 75 thing, one-shots the Doc Ock with his ultimate, having that offense up that I believe he gets from Mockingbird, and then he promptly dies after that. And then, yeah, so we're going to go from there. So we take out the squishy members. We set it up so that our Iron Man Infinity War is ulting when the second wave drops. And then the third wave is these Hulks. They're not exactly dangerous. They're just more annoying to try and let the Abomination or the Brawn get kills on you. So as soon as you can get off those Hulks, get back on those other Gamma members and get through. But you can see here, the Captain America, he was just tanking like an absolute monster. He gets the taunt very, very often with his special, and so he is a huge MVP here. But this is going to be the stopping point for a lot of people when it comes to Red Hulk. You may not want to build simply... You may not want to go for the Red Hulk unlock simply because you will have to build this team. But this is going to be the most longevity of the Avenger options. So I hope you take this with a grain of salt. And let's move on to the other sections, which will be a lot more enjoyable. Alright, so that's going to bring us over to the Wave 1 and Asgard section. Now, if you have the Bifrost team built up, and the Spider Society team built up, congratulations, you've basically won the Red Hulk Scourge, either unlock, upgrade, or max out at this point. The Wave 1 and Asgardian nodes, they're very easy for the Bifrost, even easier if you throw in Captain America. Just like we saw earlier, the energy that he gives, the buff strips that he does, the offense down, the tankiness that he provides is all gigantic when it comes to a mode like this. It's really, really impactful, and the fact that he's needed so many other places, it's great. But let's still give the bare minimums. So to get the bare minimum, you're looking at having them Gear Tier 13, level 70, probably no T4s needed whatsoever. To get the medium unlock, you will probably want to get them up to around level 75, Gear Tier 14. And then to get the maximum unlock, probably the same thing, Gear Tier 14, level 75, though I was just having like a bigger Vol, right? You're going to want a big Vol for Dark Dimension anyway. You're going to want a bigger Vol for the raids. So I would get her up to whatever your max level is, whatever your max Gear Tier is. My current Vol, I think she's like level 83 or something like that, and she's working wonders for me. Let's actually get in game and let's go do that. So here I have my Bifrost team. It's automatically put in Captain America, but I would rather have Loki over Team Loki, I think. And I could just do the full Bifrost team as well. But we'll take the energy from Captain America and we'll roll with that. And let's get in here. There's not really a kill priority here per se. It's mostly just killing whoever the next character that is going to go target. So let's start with the Omega Red. He's the fastest character on the field. We'll get a stun on him. The stun didn't land, but Vol is still faster than Omega Red, so she's still going to go first. And, you know, he's got a Death Proof on him, so we're going to actually have to target him. And then there we go. There goes the first hit. Death Proof is gone, and then he's going to bleed out. And so that's just kind of the flow of these matches. The next issue will be the Wong taunt. So we'll see if we can't get a stun on him before he taunts. Looks like it's going to be a no-go. We're going to have to fight through it. And that's okay, because there's no, like, Morgan Le Fay or Agatha here that's going to cause huge, huge issues. Also, the absolutely wonderful part about these nodes is that Vol can obviously revive, right? So if things go super south, you can fall back on that Vol revive. There is also a world where I could have killed the Strange before this Wong ever got his taunt up, in which case I would have been able to get the taunt off, because he would not have had Safeguard if Heartless was not on the field. Alright, so we lost Beta Ray Bill. If we cannot revive him by the end, then we will do a hard reset and we'll just redo it. So there's an extra energy onto Vol. There's still 5 enemies left. Let's see if we can get energy to Vol. Looks like all of it went over to Loki, unfortunately. The immunity from Captain America does really nullify the Goblin Queen over here, the Madeline Pryor. Hope you guys are watching X-Men 97. It is an amazing show. So if we can't revive the Beta Ray Bill, we will restart. Okay. Let's do the basic here. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to revive him, so I'm going to restart this, and we'll just redo the node. And we'll of course, get better RNG the second time, because why wouldn't we? Now, if you have alternate characters instead of Beta Ray Bill, yeah, you could just leave Beta Ray Bill dead there. It's not really a big deal because, again, Vol is doing all the work anyway. Captain America giving her extra energy, just kind of a nice little bonus. Tell you what, Omega Red was stunned this time, so I'll do the special over here. Targeting the... and he's gone. All right, so we did get rid of the Heartless here, so we're probably not going to have to sit through this long taunt, even more so now, because Beta Ray Bill actually killed him. All right, we'll throw the Sylvie ult. And we'll just finish the node up. We're not going to have any sort of abilities ready for the start of the next wave. It's not the end of the world. Captain America along the way could easily give some energy out, which will be helpful. And if you're super concerned, we have a villain section coming up. We could go ahead and put Sylvie on one of those nodes if we're that concerned. I'm really not. Again, once you have a big Vol, which is something you should be striving for your raids, it becomes very, very simple. I'm not going to use the special now. The reason I won't use it now is because if I use it now and it doesn't give energy to Vol, then I'm just kind of stuck with whoever gave energy to. If I use it to open up node 10 and it doesn't give energy to Vol, well, I could reset and I could keep going until it does give energy to her, if we're in a situation where that's something I need to do. All right, so that's it for node 5. Now we're going to move on to the next section, and we'll come back to do the final node with the Asgardians. The villain section, super easy. The only problem we had the villain section before is we didn't know which villains we wanted to build because there's so many good ones. They've made it a lot simpler for us now. Now we know Cabal is needed for Old Man Logan, so Cabal now becomes a legendary input team. They're useful in the villain category for your Archangel, for your Red Hulk that we're doing right now, so they're a shoo-in team to build for this. So I would suggest building your Cabal up. They're not going to need to be super big. We got to build up Kang when it comes to the unlock for Nova, which again, we have a video coming out on the channel soon about that, hopefully before you guys need him for the Old Man Logan event. So he's a shoo-in as well. So if you got your Cabal, you got your Kang, throw in any fifth that you want for fun and go from there. We have Hive Mind characters that are villains. They're great input and raid characters as well. And if you were lucky enough to get your Superior 6 online as a very, very beginner team and then got Green Goblin unlocked, well, you could use him here as well. So lots of different options, and these guys are so powerful. This will not be like the Avenger section. You can definitely get the unlock having these guys at, gear tier 12, level 65. You could definitely do the medium part unlock having them at like level 70, gear tier 13. And the final version having them, gear tier 14, level 75 is probably what you want for Old Man Logan / Nova anyway. Well, you can have that and that'll easily get you a maxed out Red Hulk. Let's get in there and let's do the gameplay for us here. This is not the team we're going to use. Let's take these guys out. I'll put in Leader, I'll put in Iron Patriot, and I'll put in Namor. Namor is pretty big. Where is he? Yes, and it did not take me long to get these guys online with the current meta event giving us lots of training materials. It was very nice. I'll tell you what, I would not mind having Sylvie's ability up. I'll bring Sylvie in. I'm just going to spam basics with her. The other guys are going to take care of absolutely everything. As far as kill order goes here, it's not really going to matter. So Kang is going to come in. He's going to get a bunch of crits here. We got 1 crit, 2 crit, 3 crit. All we needed was 1 right to activate the Cabal team. Leader doing a good job protecting people with that opening barrier. And then Iron Patriot starts the killing train, if you will. Namor is then going to finish up all these enemies. They all have vulnerables from the Iron Patriot passive spawn, so everybody dies. Like I said, Sylvie, we're just going to spam basics with her. Leader doesn't need to use his ability here yet. And then I don't mind using the Patriot ultimate here either. Leader is going to be able to give energy in the next fight, so we're not concerned with that. I don't need to use the Kang ultimate here, and we're done the first villain node. That's how powerful these guys are. Now, my team is pretty big. My Kang is level 85. He's not gear tier 16. He's still gear tier 15. I use him in Dark Dimension. I use him in Arena. And I use him to unlock Nova. This is a character you're going to definitely need to invest in. And you're going to want to invest into him because he's fun. The Cabal members, they are all level 75, I believe. Yeah, 75 gear tier 14 with him ISO blue. And then Sylvie, I think she's level 80 gear tier 15 right now. So you see how easy this is. You could definitely dial these characters' builds back and be perfectly fine. Alright, so Kang's going to open up with ultimate. This will definitely get us a crit for our Cabal members. It's also apparently going to kill everybody, which I'm not mad at all. Alright, Iron Patriots basic, just ripping people apart. The fact that they spawn with offense up does them huge favors. Alright, we'll use the ultimate from Leader. That does give energy to villains, or does it just do to Cabal? Sylvie does not have her abilities up yet, but she did get a couple extra turns in, so by the end of Node 10, she may be able to actually do something. That's the villain section. Not complicated, not very difficult as soon as you have one of these overpowered teams. Cabal, Superior 6. You can do this with Superior 6 just as easily, by the way, even with no red stars on Goblin. Very easy. The skill section. This was the section, the whole reason why I didn't want to have to do the Red Hulk Scourge, because I didn't want to have to build invaders up. I didn't want to have to, you know, jerry-rig together some sort of welfare skill team. But now with the Spider Society team available to us, this is super easy. Now this team, if you didn't get them unlocked yet, just wait till you get them unlocked before you do this, because this team will trivialize this section. And this section was meant to be the most difficult section of this trial when it came live. But just like the other sections, for the unlock, you know, level 65, gear tier 12, you have them there. You can easily do enough to get the unlock on difficulty 5. You want to go a little bit higher, gear tier 13, level 70. You want to get maxed out gear tier 14, level 75 would be easy. I think my team's even bigger. I just got these guys unlocked on the free-to-play level. So yeah, I do have them at level 80, gear tier 15 for everybody except Peter B. And of course, I got Kestrel, and Kestrel's level 80, gear tier 15. 7 red stars. I finally got her to show up in the promo store. You should have a 7-star Kestrel. She's also going to be a huge help here, an absolutely huge help. So as far as this section goes, what we do want to do is get to that left side as fast as possible. So get off the Drax as soon as you can. I'll do that by doing the special with Noir. Got the kill, that's good. We're going to take a little bit of damage here. And then Kestrel with her special will just completely evaporate this left side. You see just huge damage coming in. And then this also hits AoE, so this will take out the Emma. It'll take out the Sabretooth. It looks like the assist. Yep. Okay, never mind. It's going to kill everybody. So many different assists came in targeting different people because they were just falling like flies. I'll do the special here with Ghost Spider just so I do additional damage. Hitting into the defense down will activate the Kestrel hit. And it's not even funny how funnily easily this section is when you have your Spider Society, which makes the Red Hulk a little bit more appealing to go for. But that Avenger section that we spend so much time on is still definitely the road wall that I think people should, you know, stop and look if this is something they actually want to start investing in ahead of whatever other projects they could be investing in. So that's the first skill node. We'll go do the secondary skill node. Yeah, all of my teams, with the exception of the Avengers, who you saw, some of them were level 70, Captain America and Iron Man, I would rather have them bigger for it anyway. All my other input teams can easily get me the max at Red Hulk. It's just a matter of investing in the Mockingbirds and more into the Tigra. Then I will eventually do it, because I'm going to need to for the Green Goblin Classic. I'm just more focused on the Old Man Logan right now, and I think that's probably the smarter move. Let's see if we can't take out this crystal as far away from that bishop as possible with his retaliate. All right, we got the crystal down. That's fantastic. I have the ult here. I'll tell you what. Let's take out. Let's use the basic. I want to get rid of this Dazzler before she does her cleanse, if we can help it. Oh, absolutely. This is fantastic. So just a matter of hitting away from the retaliations, making sure we kill as many people as possible here. We don't really need to overthink this if we're using the Spider Society. And if you have Penny instead of Kestrel, it's going to be even better. I don't have Penny unlocked yet. I haven't gotten super lucky on her event, which is currently running. But if you're watching this after the fact and you have Penny unlocked, oh boy, full Spider Society is going to roll over this even easier than what you're seeing here. Let me get a slow on this Magneto. He did get a crit a couple times, so he's going to have offense up as well. But we'll finish him off with the Noir ult here. Those bleeds will definitely kill him. On the off chance they don't, we'll just secure the kill by getting another hit in on him here. There you go. Let's see if we can't one-shot the Pyro over here. We got a crit, so he is gone, gone, gone. And there you go. That's it for the skill section. So now we're going to do the final node, the final Asgardian node. So we're back at node 10, looking at our wave 1 Asgard teams or Black Order, but definitely don't do Black Order for this. It's a super luxury team. And we're going to go in the exact same team. There's a little bit of strategy for this node, but not too much. We definitely just want to have our Vol ultimate available for this node for the second wave, because the second wave could become, I don't want to say problematic, just annoying. It can become very annoying. If now that I built Sylvie up, if I can land a stun on this Viv, it'll make things a little bit easier. I don't have the T4 in Sylvie, so that's like a 50% chance for me. Let's just make sure this rescue dies. There she goes. Now here's the thing, I didn't get energy to Vol, so Vol does not have her ult up next turn. So if I needed to, because I had like a smaller team, I could just keep resetting until he does give the energy to Vol. Because the second the next wave drops in, I need Vol to ult. And it looks like the way this is lining up, I could have got the next wave to drop in, and then have Vol's turn that's happening right now be the turn that gets it done. But that wasn't the case, which is fine. I'll get offense up from my Vol with Loki. You know what? Maybe I don't have the T4 and Loki ultimate that gives the offense up. Should not be a problem anyway. Let's go ahead and get the kill on Ironheart. That'll spawn in the next wave. And then we have the Vol ult now ready. And this is the magic mark, right? Like this is avoiding this wave entirely. This wave can be tricky with the Jubilee, with her the damage that she brings, as well as the Terminal Rewind that happens when people die. It's just a great way to get over this very, very quickly. Going over to the Jubilee. Looks like I may not be able to kill her in time. Maybe we just didn't get lucky enough crits. Oh, but it's still her turn. Oh, he was blinded there. Whoopsies. All right, the Captain America defense up, helping us out a lot. We'll now take our anger out on this Hulkbuster. Almost got Jubilee down. A second Jubilee goes down, this is going to be a lot easier for us. And there you have it. So now she's gone. We're going to be very healthy. We're not worried about getting Terminated around too much. We have an exposed that we get to hit into to get Vol some energy. So maybe she's going to be able to do some more ulting or some more specials, which would be very beneficial to us. Captain America energy went over to Loki. Really seems to like that Loki for some reason. Ah, here we go. The benefits of getting Sylvie a little bit more energy by using her on those villain nodes. And there you have it, guys. And that's basically going to be it for the Red Hulk Scourge. This is the node. This is the same run I just did live on stream. I'm happy to break it down for you a little bit easier. I'm not going to do a follow-up video where we max out Red Hulk. It's as simple as this, guys. Simply to get the max score for Red Hulk, that 1350, I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1. We're going to do difficulty 8. But before I can do that, I just need to build up those new Avengers. I need to build up that Captain America, that Iron Man Infinity War, and I'll probably overbuild them. I'm not going to just build them to gear tier 15 because I could skimp by with that. I'll probably build them up to gear tier 16 because I'm going to use them in war. I'm going to use them in raids. So why rush? There's no reason to rush for this 7th star on Red Hulk because it's just not a giant priority for me. Once again, and I hope you guys believe how earnest I am trying to be in saying this. Raids are way more helpful for you in the long run than rushing for Apocalypse. There's no point to rush for the Apocalypse unlock if you're still doing the Doom raids. Get yourself to Incursion 2.3, then start thinking about that. When a character unlocked like Old Man Logan comes, which is a current legendary character, we don't know when the next one's going to come, so it's better to put your interest there, which is what I'm currently doing. I have benched my raid team, but for Old Man Logan, because I don't know if it's going to be another 6 months before he comes back. So, you know, Red Hulk, he's going to be here every 7 days, or sorry, every 14 days, 4 or 7 days, he's going to be here. So there's no point in like putting all your resources into getting this and trying to scan by. Take your time with it. Get that Captain America built up. Get that Iron Man Infinity War built up. Get those new Avengers where you need them to be for Green Goblin Classic when it's time to do that. And then come get Red Hulk. I hope this video finds you well. Hope it helped you out once again. I'll try and find that footage. to max out Morgan Le Fay, Rogue, and Archangel. I know I did Rogue and Archangel on stream. I don't think I did Morgan Le Fay on stream. But we'll talk about what you need to do for that. It's very similar to this Red Hulk Scourge, except we're only doing 4 nodes. We're just doing a higher difficulty. But I'll try and find that footage for you guys, because I know a lot of you are looking for that. And then Nova. I unlocked Nova the last day before he left yesterday. I was super surprised just by building up Captain America and Peggy to gear tier 14. All of a sudden, I could beat the section that I thought was unbeatable with a baby account. And I'll be sharing that with you guys soon too, because we might need that for Old Man Logan. But again, I hope this video finds you well. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. But for now, stay happy, healthy, have fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.